Hey there, Film Geek fans, and welcome to another Film Geek Movie Spotlight. Today I'm talking about a little bit more modern of a film than I usually talk about, 2018's Game Night.
Guys, make sure you get a piece of this cheese. It's just...
Come here, one.
Try
Go
with
ahead,
the quince.
Nice back.
Stop fighting, asshole! This is it!
The Independent Spirit Award goes to...
Let's go!
Bye-bye.
First one that follows us gets shot.
Okay, roger that.
Game Night is directed by John Francis Daley and Jonathan Goldstein, and it's starring Rachel McAdams and Jason Bateman. Game Night is the story of a group of friends who get together for a game night where they think one of them is going to get kidnapped, and then they have to solve the kidnapping. But it just so happens that one of them does end up getting kidnapped. Maybe. It's a mystery. Ooh. Producer John Fox had a title and an idea for this film and asked screenwriter Mark Perez to help out with the story ideas. Perez took inspiration from films like The Three Amigos and Tropic Thunder. Perez and Fox pitched the idea to 20th Century Fox and they liked it. Then the two pitched the idea to Jason Bateman and he also really liked it. In fact, he wanted to direct it and help produce the film. However, when screenwriters Jonathan Goldstein and John Francis Daley were hired to rewrite the script, it was apparent to Bateman that they should be the ones to direct the film. So Bateman stepped down from directing, but remained the star of the film and a producer. Game Night was released February 23, 2018, and it grossed $117.7 million worldwide on a $37 million budget. So the film wasn't necessarily a financial flop. However, in the United States, it only grossed domestically about $69 million. So the film did not fare as well domestically as the studio had hoped. However, the film made money, just not enough to consider it for a sequel, which is fine. Believe me, this is a one and done film and it works great that way. The film was also a critical success and it's sitting on the tomatoes that aren't so rotten at all at an 85%. So what do I like about this movie? Well, this film is a solid R-rated adult comedy, which is a dying genre. There is not nearly as many studios out there that want to take a chance on a mid-range budget film that has anything to do with just narrowing it down to one audience, being adults. Because let's face it, guys, we don't get out as much as we used to. Anyways, the thing is, this is an extremely solid, extremely good, and funny adult comedy. If there's one thing about this film that I have a teeny tiny little complaint about, and this is a personal thing, because as we know, comedy is objective. When the film has an opportunity to go completely bonkers, like completely surreal and weird, as I've said in the past, is one of my favorite things in comedies, when they just go out of nowhere. This movie reins it in, which is good, which I think helps the widen the audience. There's enough of it there for people like me that like the weird, crazy, batshit comedy, and it reins it in just enough to keep the more moderate viewer. So the jokes land on plenty of different levels. The chemistry between the actors is solid. That's another thing that's fantastic about this film, is that each one of the couples in this film is extremely relatable to somebody. Each one of the couples is kind of going through their own personal things. And as the film goes, we learn a little bit more and a little bit about each one of these characters. And it really does make the film go along a lot better. The pacing in this film is absolutely outstanding, and to a point where it can kind of get a little convoluted in parts, but not to a point where, you don't understand what's going on. It just kind of gets a little like, okay, tone it down. Now, even with all of the couples being absolutely great and believable together, in my opinion, the real standout performance comes from Jason Bateman and Rachel McAdams. These two together are outstanding. They seem like a couple that has been together for quite some time, and they're thinking about taking that relationship to the next level by having children. And it's an ongoing theme with the two of them. Like I said, each couple has a hurdle that they have to overcome in this film, and that one's the one that Jason Bateman and Rachel McAdams has to overcome. So yeah, they really come out on top. They are one of those couples that you can totally believe finish each other's sandwiches. Jason Bateman deep cut. So if you're looking for a solid adult comedy after you put the kids to bed, then look no further. Game Night is your movie, and you can currently find it for rent on pretty much all of the rental services: YouTube, Google Movies, Amazon Prime, and Vudu. Okay guys, that brings us to the end of another Film Geek video. If you liked what you saw here today, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, ring that bell for notifications, and give me the old thumbs up so I know you like what you're seeing. And if there's another thing you could do, folks, that is keep watching movies. You know I'm gonna.